A-Ron.
Yes, on air with A-Ron, HB Radio, Las Vegas's #1 hip-hop internet station. I mean, if you guys haven't heard, man, the past records we've been playing are by our special guest in the building right now. Thuy is here. What's up, Thuy?
It's the Thuy Takeover.
Dude, I can't believe we're doing this right now.
I can't believe you played some songs that are like
that you don't even remember.
Deep cuts.
Like, literally, guys, Thuy was asking me, like, what's the name of this song again?
I don't even think you can get those anymore.
Yeah, see?
Like, they're not on, you can't download them.
I'm going to wait till VH1 hits me up for, like, before, before
actually,
you were a star, and I'm going to sell your whole catalog to them, the songs you don't like.
I'm dead. Please don't ever do that.
No, hey, well, we'll see. But
off with your head.
I'm happy that you're here, man. Welcome back to Vegas.
It's a full circle moment.
Full circle moment. Man.
You know, A-Ron, you have just been probably one of the most consistent people in my life.
Wow. I appreciate that, man.
No, truly. You're like the first person that...
My ex won't even say that. It's cool.
Wow. Shout out to the exes.
Hey, hello.
You know?
But yeah, you're probably like one of my longest friends.
I know.
Like I hate to say industry because we work in an industry that's,
right.
But we've known each other for a very, very long time.
Very
like at least
long
15
time.
years or something. I don't know, like a very long time.
No, you were like kind of one of the first people that like believed in me.
Oh yeah.
Even before I really said out loud that I could do it. Like I knew in my mind, but I didn't really like say it. I wasn't like cocky about it, you know?
Yeah, you were very like hesitant still. Like,
I was still kind of trying to figure it out. And I was figuring it out for years. I'm still figuring it out, honestly. But like, I just remember like always feeling very supported by you.
Right.
And you were always like, you got to come do this. You gotta blah, blah,
I was
blah.
like, man, I remember, do you remember the first time that we met?
It was an R&Bass thing, no?
R&Bass thing, yep.
Yeah.
But prior to that, like we were messaging each other, right?
Yeah.
So let me paint a little picture. Like I remember seeing, shout out to J Main too, always connecting dots. But
shout out
I
to
remember,
J Main.
Yeah, I remember seeing. Look at this guy right now. Shout out to Tristan first of all. We gotta shout him out because he was late. But no, shout out to Tristan. Shout out to Sago. But J Main. Okay, so R&Bass. He was running R&Bass, and I remember seeing I would get my new music from there.
Me too.
And I'm like, there's an Asian girl on R&Bass. Okay, and then I heard the song. You know what I mean? Which I'm not going to say. We'll play it later. And I was like, dude, like this is very nostalgic 90s sounding.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And he was like, yo, it's this girl from the Bay. Like, her boyfriend does music too. They're promoting their stuff on the platform. I'm like, he's like, you should reach out to them. Like, play their stuff on your radio show or whatever. And I started messaging you.
That's right. We were so juiced.
Man.
Like back in the day, R&Bass was like one of the biggest platforms.
Right.
And I remember if you got your like music placed on their SoundCloud or their Instagram, like that was a really big deal because like back then it felt like getting signed by a label was
like
not something that happened a lot.
Right.
And so when you got support from platforms like that and then DJs like you that were playing the music, like it really meant something.
Man.
So I feel like when I finally got to meet you, I just remember all of us like loving you.
Yeah.
Like you were always just such a genuine
It's like
person.
we've been like friends for years.
No, truly. Truly. And then every time I see you, it's just like we look a little different.
Yeah.
But aside from that,
you're looking younger though, and I'm looking older and fatter.
You're not.
Like,
the friendship is always the same. Like it's so much love.
Always.
You're
it's
such
always
a
gonna
goofball.
be like that.
Always.
Man. We have so many good times. Yeah,
so many good times. The last time I was here in Vegas, remember you took us to that one steak spot? Our boy was super drunk.
Oh, steak and eggs at South Point.
Steak and eggs. Yep. We were gambling. Did you come see us at LMA too?
I did. Yeah. Last time. Yep.
Yep.
And then we went to it was Charlie's birthday.
Yep.
We went to Tao.
Yep.
Man.
Oh, I love it.
And then you did Tuesday Blend, like ladies and gentlemen. Tuesday Blend is like that
the warehouse, right?
Yeah, at the warehouse. And that's like a when you're an artist trying to pop, especially in Vegas, you want to go on Tuesday Blend. And I remember them asking me, Thuy, like we can't really pay her a lot, but I'm like, she'll be able to work with you guys, but just take care of her and like look at they're shitting bricks now.
At that point, like I was willing to do anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I didn't really care to get paid.
Right.
And I was just like, oh, we're going to Vegas? fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Can I cuss, by the way? I don't know if I can cuss.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I feel like you've been cussing a lot, and I'm like, well, maybe because you're the host, like you could do that. But,
you can cuss too,
I would have done it for nothing. You know what I mean? Just because I was like, fuck yeah, we're going to Vegas.
It's like an excuse to go to Vegas.
Yeah, and I had just moved out to LA.
Right.
So then I was just like, oh, I'm a professional.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how much I'm getting paid to go to Vegas.
But I'm going to Vegas. I'm doing Vegas.
Exactly. Right? And I remember I was like, there wasn't really a lot of people there. But we had a lot of fun.
We had a great time.
We had a lot of fun. Yeah. And that's all that matters.
That's all that matters sometimes. Because look at you now. You're a fucking superstar, dude.
I'm okay. I'm okay. A lot has happened.
So much. That's why we're here. We're not really doing an interview. I just want to catch up and just like turn the mics on and let everybody see two friends catching up. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Like, we're not gonna do the industry like, so Wings just dropped and Date just dropped. We're gonna talk about that, but we're gonna talk about like everything else. Like, how long have you been in Vegas now? Because I mean, not Vegas, in LA. Because I remember I've been telling you to move from the Bay to LA, and then finally when you did it, as when I moved to Vegas, and it was like, damn it, but
this is crazy.
It happened the way it's supposed to.
Because I always tell people that, like, you know, the moment that I quit my job to move to LA, but like this feels like the prequel before that happens.
Yeah.
Because I remember you telling me like, oh, you should move to LA, yada, yada, yada. There's so many people that you can link up with. And I remember being so scared to make the jump.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't know. I'm like trying to figure out this like medical job and like this like, career and everything.
You're like, I got to see if I can, I don't even have any more PTO. I'm like, no, fuck the PTO. You need to come out here.
I was so scared and I don't know what happened, but I think I've always been kind of impulsive, but I need to get to that point to be impulsive. You know what I mean?
Right.
I do think about things a little bit, but for the most part, like if I feel it in my gut that like this is the right decision.
Yeah.
I'll just do it. And I feel like we've always been kind of similar in that way where it's kind of like, you were just like, I'm gonna move to Vegas.
Like, I knew you were gonna pop, dude. It's crazy. I just didn't know when it was gonna happen. Aww. Because like you were like, your buzz was getting, was like climbing up the charts like quick.
I think I was just consistent.
Yeah.
I think like, you know, I look back on my old music and I'm like, okay, yeah, like it's not my best work, but I think the consistency is really what will separate somebody that is just going to stay on SoundCloud or whatever it is and somebody that gets to like do sold out shows and all of these crazy opportunities. The only difference is being consistent.
Right.
Because like we all know there's so many talented people.
That's true.
In this world. You know what I mean? We all sing.
Right.
You sing.
In the shower.
You sing. I sing. Tristan sings. Like, anybody can
Tristan,
make
can
it.
you grab a mic real quick and let's see? No.
No, you Filipinos. I know you guys can sing. Come on.
You know, we might do a little karaoke later on. But
come on.
Yeah.
But like, I truly was just like, I'm not giving up.
Yeah.
And I think that is like the determining factor if you want to make it or not. Because
for sure.
The amount of times that I heard, even from like close friends sometimes, that like, you should do this, or like, you know, you just hear through the grapevine like things that are said about you as an artist, but like you're doing it, so that's already the hardest part of like putting yourself out there and like trying to figure out who is Thuy, what is the brand, how are people relating to me, what do I want to put out into the universe, right? But in order to get to that, you have to put yourself out there.
Yes.
And there are going to be times where you look back and you're like, why the fuck did I wear that? Why the fuck did I sing that? Why did I make that song? But it's like all those things add up to lead you where you are now,
for
right?
Sure. Yeah, 100%.
So I don't even look back and like maybe I cringe a little bit, but I'm like, no, that's the journey.
Those songs still sound fire. Like I know she knows what song I'm talking about. Hands on Me. I fucking love Hands on Me, dude.
And that was my first song. And that song, when it got played on the Bay Area radio station, I was like, I think I could do this, you know?
Yeah, dude,
I've always felt really lucky. And like anything that I like put my mind to, I would just get like these crazy like moments that made me feel like it was possible.
Right.
And when that happened in the very beginning of my career, I made my first song. I didn't really expect much from it, but to be played on any radio station, I was like, hold up.
Especially like in the Bay Area, that's like top 4 market. Like.
No, and I just remember like they played it back because all my friends were like on Twitter so juiced about it. And then Big Von was like, oh, we're gonna play this song one more time. And I was like, I'm fucking famous. Like what? Dude. You can't tell me shit. But I just remember that kind of given me a little bit of a nudge to keep going.
And like your personality too. Like, you know, obviously we meet a lot of people in this industry. We meet a lot of artists and stuff like that. But you're not only are you consistent in your artistry, as a person too. Like every time I see you, it's the same fucking person. You're the same person.
I am. Everyone's like, people always like, oh, like you get noticed and yada yada yada. Like, are things different? I'm like, I don't feel any different.
I feel like you feel weird when people recognize you.
I do.
You're like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah. Sometimes it's cool.
But yet they see you on Target commercials.
But here's the thing. I don't even, like when I'm at restaurants, this is the only time I don't even want to be recognized because I don't want people to
take a picture of you and you're like slurping your
that part, or something. But also like don't give me extra like I want you to treat me the same at a restaurant. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, I guess cook my food a little bit better. Like that's cool.
I mean, you get a little VIP, you know?
But for the most part, I feel like like the fans have been so overwhelmingly supportive.
Yeah.
And like they just feel like I'm their older sister.
Yeah.
And that's amazing because like I kind of wish I had that growing up.
Especially being Asian in this industry.
Yeah.
Dude, it's like we got to work 10 times harder.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
But
I mean, I still feel like sometimes there's like I've always had this like underdog mentality, you know? And I think that probably comes from like wrestling too. Mm. Like I've always been like when you go to competitions, they seed you, right? Based on your record for the season.
Yeah.
And if you had like a kind of an okay season, they'll seed you really, really low.
Okay.
And I've always, anytime I was seeded really low, always came out on top because I've always like wanted to prove people wrong.
Right.
And that was kind of like my driving force in the beginning of this music career was to prove people wrong.
Of course.
And now I'm just kind of like, I don't even care to prove anyone wrong anymore because I've been doing this for like over 10 years.
You're a vet now.
No. And like people are always like, oh, you know, how does it feel to like be famous? And yada. I was like, nothing feels different.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I feel like I've put in so much work that all of it is so deserving.
Yeah.
But in my mind, I'm still like, there's so much more work to be done.
Of course. We're always going to be our hardest critic.
Yeah.
You know, and the job is not finished, like they always say. But but look at everything you've accomplished, dude.
Thank you.
Like you remember when I hit you up? I was listening to Sound 42, Sirius XM, Drake's channel. If anybody doesn't know out there. And your song was played. I forgot what song it was. I was like a little kid. Like, yo, Sound 40. Not only were you, you know, it's one thing being played on the local radio station in Vegas, LA, or the Bay, or whatever.
Right.
Sirius XM is worldwide and shit,
crazy.
and it's Drake's channel. I was like, oh my god, yo, what the fuck? Like, can you play it on Sound 42? Like, little things like that. Like just seeing your little wins, like the Target commercial, and then Coachella, and being mentioned, Kaylani's interview, Kaylani mentioning you, I
love her.
That's
We're
wild.
Friends.
Look at you. You have her number right now?
I don't know if I have her number.
Check real quick. Go ahead. We have time.
No, but she, we always show love to each other.
Yeah.
Like,
especially being from the Bay, like, yo, that's one thing that I know Bay Area artists always show love.
Yeah. And I really like respect that about her too, is like, she's such a girl's girl and like super proud of everybody in her circle and people that are just like Bay Area. You know, she just has a lot of love for people that come from there. And like, you know, she's been through the same, you know, rise, right? Of like grinding for a really, really long time. So I think she kind of recognizes that in me a little bit. So I don't know. She's just always been so amazing and just like said that she was proud of me. And I'm like, you're proud of me? Like huge. What? I'm so proud of you.
Yeah.
So anytime like anything happens to her, like I'm always like, I'm so proud of you. Like keep going and all of this. So
who else is like somebody that like you look up to that bigs you up now, like as far as like artists or whatever?
I mean, even LMA, like getting to tour with her and it was a really big deal for me. Like I remember I was so juiced. Like that was probably one of the biggest moments in my career was to tour with somebody like her because I grew up listening to her music.
Yeah.
Like Boot Up was my shit.
Right.
You know, and everything. She had hits after hits after hits after hits.
Yeah.
So the first day I was so nervous to meet her. I was like, I want to give you.
So you guys
present.
met obviously before the tour.
We met the
like,
first day of tour.
Oh, first day of tour. Okay.
First day of tour, and I gave her a little like goodie bag of or presents. Like, here's a
what was it? Here's some pho.
No, you're dumb. No, dehydrated pho from my mom.
I know.
No, I gave her a Dior lip oil with a Margiela candle, like little like necessities.
Yeah, okay, like things that she could use.
Yeah, like on her tour bus or like just like the beginning of tour. And she's really, really nice. Like she during one of my sound checks, she was like singing the song, and then like even after the tour ended, like I saw her rocking the Girls Like Me Don't Cry merch and everything.
Wow.
While she was, in the studio. So, she's just like really, really sweet, and I don't know. I feel like I attract really good people
for sure,
and
people that vibrate on that same energy.
No,
like,
for sure,
the same type of people.
Yeah, and the people that are just weird, I'm like.
Yeah, it's like, why did I attract you?
And there's expel that energy quick because like I do not have energy to even deal with the people who like have to put on this facade of like just this ego, because there's a lot of ego
for sure
in this industry, especially like as a woman, as an Asian woman, like when you're even creating music, there's, certain people that like almost try to like mansplain you when it's like, no, we're here because of me.
Yeah.
We're here because you're telling my story. You're helping me tell my story. So it's like, I want to give that respect to you, but also you need to give that respect to me.
For sure.
And there's a lot of times I just feel like there's certain people that like kind of, you know what I mean?
Yeah, just because you're female, like they think that, I do this too or whatever. I'm like, nah, dude, it's my shit.
Yeah, but I've learned, oh my God, like the Thuy that you knew back in the day is like so different from who she is now, because I am so much more confident and so much more like, if I don't like something,
you'll say it.
I will tell you how I feel, and I'm very vocal about what I like.
As you should, yeah.
But like kind, I'm not going to be like mean about it.
Right.
But definitely like I will stand my ground on like creative things because it's like, this is what I want to put out to the universe.
Sure.
But I wasn't always like that. I used to be like, okay, let's do that.
Like
you think I should? You think I should do that? Okay, I think.
And you'll just do it just to appease whoever.
Yeah, and it wasn't genuine. It wasn't me. Right. So it was like not something you can uphold for a long time.
Yeah.
And now I feel like I'm just like fully doing what I want to do.
Yes, as you should.
Dressing the way I want to dress, doing my makeup the way I want to do it, and I feel like more me than ever.
Yeah, and it shows in your music and your the visuals that you guys put out. Like. You could tell, like, you're happy. Like,
and the tour, this is like the first tour that I feel the most present.
Bro, this the most fun. Is this your first headlining tour? Yours?
No, I've had a lot of headlining tours actually.
Okay.
So for Girls Like, I did like, I hope you see this, a little small run, and then for Girls Like Me Don't Cry, we did 2 separate like tours, one for the West Coast, one for the East Coast, and then after that we did the LMA, and now this is like the Wings World Tour, where like it feels more like a real tour because one, this is my first tour bus.
See, that's huge. Like, so the last tour you didn't, not the LMA, but for the LMA you didn't have a tour bus.
No,
so, see,
we were on vans and like, sleeping straight up,
dude.
Like the sciatica pain that we all had.
Crazy.
I felt so bad.
So they're giving you rooms and
I mean, like I just am grateful that as like still an independent artist and like fully self-funded, that I was able to like get this bus. And this was like one thing I really wanted for myself, is like, I don't care how much it costs. I want to make this happen because I want to be comfortable as a touring artist.
For sure.
But also like, I grew up watching MTV, like, come to my tour bus. Let me give you a tour, my tour bus. And not that it was like a mark of success, but in a way, it was just a way for me to be like, I deserve this.
Yeah, it's like I worked my ass off.
Because I put in so much time and energy and blood, sweat, tears, and all of that into my craft, that I was like, you know what, I deserve this. And if I'm in the red a little bit, whatever. Like I want to be comfortable, and I want my team to be comfortable. But it's been so fun.
Yeah,
the tour bus is so fun.
So did you get to pick what's on this tour bus? Like,
so you basically, honestly, it was like
tell me what it was
like buying a car, to be honest.
What? Like they design it the way that you want?
No. There's companies that have like a bunch of tour buses, and we went and toured like a couple tour buses.
Okay.
The first couple that we did, because it was on the lower end, I was like, I don't really like this.
What is it? It was like basic, like bunks.
I mean, they all have bunks, but like there's a tier to it.
It's almost like a house. You're gonna live here for the past few months.
And in certain ways, I can be a little bougie. So then I was like, okay, we're gonna find the one that we want, you know?
Yeah, it's gotta feel like home, right?
Exactly. And so the one that we have right now is really, really nice. Like the beds are pretty comfy, right, Tristan? Yeah. And I get the back room. It's like, it's just everything that I could have ever wanted. So
there's like a TV. There's showers.
There's like 4 TVs. There's a shower. 4 TVs. Okay. No one uses it. There's a bathroom. You can't go number 2.
Okay.
You can only pee.
Oh shit! So you got to go number 2 in the wilderness or something. like
actually though, thankfully we've had no accidents or people like asking our driver like, "Hey, we need to stop right now."
I mean, how long are the trip? Like, what's the longest trip? Like, it's not 10-hour drives, is it?
8. Like 8 has been like the longest, you know what I mean? But it's been really nice. Like you get off a show, you shower at the venue, which is sometimes the venues are a little grimy. So we gotta make sure we got shower shoes and like all. It's like feels like science camp, honestly.
Oh shit!
So you do this show, you get off the stage, you go shower, then you get on the bus and you sleep, and the bus driver drives you to the next destination.
And you wake up and you're fucking there.
Yeah, that's sick, dude. Actually crazy. And when I think of my life being that right now, I'm like, I feel so blessed. Like I'm just, I'm very excited that I get to do that, because there's not a lot of artists that get to do that. And so it's like, I'm just grateful.
It's like you're road tripping with your friends.
No, actually.
But it's like, now we're not in a van like you're used to doing it back in the day as the starving artist. Yeah. Now we're in a nice ass fucking bus. Like everyone's comfortable as fuck. Like that's
it's really nice. And it's just, it's so funny because everyone's so close knit together. And it's like, there's 12 bunks, right?
Damn.
And it's like 3, 3, 3, 3. And so it's like.
So like the whole band's there?
The whole band's there. Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
It's fun.
Has your parents like gone to the shows? Are they on the bus with you?
They're not on the bus with me. Okay. But I don't even think they toured the tour bus yet, but that'll be fun for me to do for them. But my parents have gone to like 2 shows already. Okay. And that was fun.
Yeah. What do they like?
They love it. Like they get recognized a lot. Wow. They're always like, "Oh my God, that's Thuy's mom," or "That's Thuy's dad." Yeah. But they never follow the rules.
Really? No. Like in what way?
You're like one Sacramento show. We have like this visual wall, right? Mm-hmm. And my manager was telling my mom, like, "Hey, if you need to get backstage, go around." Okay. And I'm singing. It's on my TikTok. I'm singing the like second to last song on the set list.
Walking in front,
bro. Second to last song, and it's like emotional, right? And she runs right behind, blocks the visual screen. She like looks like a little cockroach, just like running across the stage. And I'm like singing my heart out. But like I love having my parents there. You know, it's nice to have family around and just kind of keep you grounded. And like they just remind me why I do what I do. Yeah. But they're
like, I'm sure they're super proud
needy.
Of you, you know what I mean? Are they really? They'd be like, "Can we get the room service?"
I'm hungry. Where's the beer?
Where's
the bathroom? Blah, blah, blah. Where's Charlie? Where's blah?
Yeah. They came out here for the Vegas show, right?
Yeah.
So my do they gamble or what?
I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. I have never been to Vegas with my parents.
Oh, wow.
So we'll see.
This is a cool experience. Like, especially like in the circumstances. It's not like you're on a vacation with them. Like,
exactly.
This is work and you're taking care of shit. Like,
they love coming to watch my shows though. Like any chance they can get to like come and watch a show, like they really love it. And they got to show Facebook Live their daughter. Wow,
yeah. That's so Asian parents right there for sure.
Do your parents use Facebook Live a lot?
My mom tries to do it. I'm like, dude,
bro, it's crazy.
And my dad's like lately asking me about Instagram. Like,
oh no.
So like,
no.
When you join Instagram, I'm like, no, Dad, dude,
no. Let me tell you a story.
All right, let me hear.
So I have fans who will post like clips of me or whatever. How the fuck does my mom get on TikTok and find all these videos and leaves the same emojis on everything? Hearts, flowers, like, and it's like, at this point, I'm like, how? I didn't even see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
She'll see
so
it
she's
first.
seen it before you.
Yes.
Wow. That's wild.
And she's just at home like searching Thuy, like whatever. I don't know what she does, but she's in the comments.
She's
so if you see, she's so proud of me.
Is her handle like Thuy's mom? Or
no,
something?
it's like Head My, like her actual government name. Okay. It's so funny. No, they love the attention.
I remember like when you were gonna move to LA and you were like, that was another thing. Cause as we're talking about how you're confident in your skin now, back then you were a little bit more timid. You're like, man, I don't know about moving to LA. Like, I got this job and, my parents and like, I remember you telling me that you had to kind of like lie to them when you moved to LA, that you had shit set up when it really wasn't set up.
No, dude, I had no job.
See, like
actually no job. What deranged person
that is wild to do
would ever,
but you had to bet on yourself. Leave that's what you did.
Their hometown with $2,000 in their savings account because I was working like a 9 to 5. I was not, and I was making like minimum,
and it was a
wage
medical job where it's like you have benefits and all that stuff.
Yes, and I was going to school. I was like shadowing a physician's assistant. I was like doing all the things that I needed to do, and I don't know what possessed me, but I just knew I couldn't wait any longer.
Did you like go to work one day and you were like, fuck, this isn't for me. Like, I'm done with this shit.
No, wow. Not even. I was just like, yeah, it feels right.
You were just like, fuck it, let's go. Yeah.
In that way, I can be very impulsive. Like, once I feel it.
Because you said the gut feeling.
No, the gut feeling is real. Yeah. Like, trust your gut.
For sure. A lot of people like, I'm an overthinker too.
Are you an overthinker?
That's my worst trait.
No, the first thought is always the best one.
Damn, I need to
hasn't steered me wrong.
I always overthink like, but what if this? But what if this?
No, you can't think that way.
No, I need to.
Man. Oh, you know what? One thing I did learn from working at the medical office, there was this one lady that came in and she said, everything you ever worried about never happened, so why are you worrying about it?
Damn, that is true.
And I was like, damn, you got me.
Bar. Yeah.
And it's helped me a lot with my anxiety because I think a lot of times we are in a society that wants success right away. And if we don't get there by a certain time, I should just give up. And if I don't do this right, then I'm not going to get this or whatever it is. But it's like, just enjoy the process.
Exactly.
Because like you might have a plan for yourself, but like there's going to be different ways to get there.
Exactly. That's true.
As long as you have your eye on the prize, like you'll get there.
Yeah.
Sometimes people get there sooner than others and you can't let that like derail you and make you feel less than. And I think that has kept me going because like, especially in the start of like R&B and stuff, there were so many artists at the time. And I remember like, oh my God, how are they
going to find me?
It was a lot. Do you remember?
Yeah.
Like there were so many like independent artists back in the day. And honestly, the long game.
Yeah.
The long game really was the difference.
There's even artists that were on there that were popping at the time.
Yeah.
That aren't really buzzing anymore. And you were like rose above the ashes type shit. Like, look at you now. Like, man.
Persistence.
And I think another thing too is like the pressure that we get from our parents.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because my mom still tells me till this day, like, when are you gonna like wake up and go back to school? I'm like, I'm not going to fucking school no more, mom.
Oh my God.
I'm too old. I'm not going back to school. You still can, because no.
Well, it's crazy because like you have always been, this is you. Like for however long I've known you, you've always done this.
It's always this. Huh?
You know what I mean? And I think that is amazing. It just shows that like you have to just stay the course and
like one day something will happen, and
No.
I'll get my tour bus.
No, but it happens though. That's the thing.
Yeah. Like I know it will happen. And I know it just, it's the struggles that make, for a great story, the ending, happy ending or whatever.
Yeah. Because I think it's like, this is kind of deep, but like everything you do, sometimes you're like, I'm doing, in your mind, you think you're doing it for you.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I think it's about like leaving something on this earth.
Yeah. That like your legacy, right?
Yeah, that will like last forever, right?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes I'm always like, I wish like I popped off sooner and I wish like, whatever.
Yeah.
And my age sometimes is an insecurity for me. You know what I mean?
Me too.
But then I think I'm like, what is my purpose on this earth? Right. And I think our purpose is to continue to do what we're passionate about, to show the younger generation that it is possible. Like if you decide that you want to change careers, you can.
Yeah.
You want to do it at 30 and you were a nurse and now you want to be a singer, or you want to be a touring musician, whatever it is. Like it is so
because you're the author of your own
possible.
Story, right?
Yes. So I think that in times when I feel insecure about that, I have to remind myself that there is a reason why everything panned out the way that it did with this specific timing.
Right.
Because I don't think that there are any mistakes.
That's true.
You know?
And if something's meant for you, like it'll always be for you, no matter what. Like if you never moved to LA when you did, and you moved later or whatever the fuck, like it, whatever your end goal, like whatever that was meant for you will always be. You just might have taken the U-turn or left here instead of going, you know what I mean? Like,
right.
Like I knew, like it's crazy. I knew that you was going to be like this, but I just didn't know when it was going to happen. You know what I mean? And it's like, I was like, I know that she's going to be a star, but it's crazy. I just can't wait to see. Like I have a front row seat. You know what I'm saying? Just like, I know it's going to happen, but you know what I mean? Yeah.
My goal now is to be at the Grammys.
Damn.
That's like a big goal of mine.
Yeah, it's going to happen.
You know, I don't know if there were any ever like Vietnamese American nominated.
You're the one that's like spearheading for the Vietnamese Americans, you know?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
What was that? The one you did an interview as a Vietnamese American or something?
Oh my God. Bro, I had the craziest hate comment on YouTube.
Yeah.
And he basically called me like a Viet American.
That's crazy.
And said I had no fan population in American.
Yeah.
And then I was like, fuck, he kind of ate with that. Like that was really good.
You're like, I'm going to make a shirt.
So I made it a shirt. And now it's my whole personality.
Wow.
Yeah.
You probably could have made it like, made merch like that and sold it at your booth and it would sell.
Oh, we are.
Oh, you guys are doing it? Oh, wow.
It's there. We'll give you one.
Yeah, give me one.
Yeah.
Make like a hoodie for me or something. Yeah.
No, it's just a white tee, a gag tee. It's literally the stupidest tee. And I wear it. I love it. And
has that person like reached out to you? Like, give me my percentage. No,
hell no,
motherfucker. Yeah, right? Imagine. Hell
like, what are you talking about?
Sheesh.
What?
But Grammys, I could see. I mean, obviously the Grammys happened this week, but like you went to the MTV. There was
the VMAs, yeah. That was really cool.
That's freaking fire.
Yeah, and when I did the cover of Snooze, like that was really cool. I didn't expect. I was really nervous. To do it too because like one SZA is so huge.
Yeah.
And I'm a huge fan of SZA. Like that would be like a top collab for me in the future.
But manifest that.
And when she commented on it and said like incredible, I was like,
oh shit.
Yeah. And that one did really well. So that was really cool. And then, you know, getting to attend the VMAs was really fun too. Like that was kind of one of my biggest red carpets that I've done.
Yeah. Did you get to talk to anybody that or meet people that you looked up to?
Yeah, I mean, me and Moneylong are friends, so I got to see her on the red carpet.
That would be a dope collab.
And it's always love. Like, you know, I saw her. We did this showcase for like an online thing.
Okay.
Literally the day before Hours and Hours popped off.
Wow.
It was crazy. And, you know, she's just always shown so much love. Like, every time I see her in person, it's never like on some weird shit. And she always like will say hi. And I just have so much love and respect for her as like a songwriter, as an artist. And she's also like a testament to somebody that like persevered and like never let the songwriter be her. Like, no, she is a star, you know? And so every time I see her, I always just show her so much love. And, but I hate red carpets. It's like, it's so terrible. And I don't know if you've seen over the weekend, but when Babyface was doing the red carpet thing.
Yes.
And that just like pissed me off so much because I have experienced that on the red carpet.
They're interviewing you and they see someone else and they're like, hey, blah, blah, blah.
Absolutely.
Like, how did you maneuver that then in your situation?
The thing is like, you have to just be cunty as fuck back to them because like
cunty as fuck.
No, like I had this one guy who was interviewing me, right?
Yeah.
And it was almost like a pity interview because the person wasn't there yet. So he was like, sure. And he had glasses on, but I can see through his glasses that wasn't even looking at me.
Wow.
And there's certain people that just like will not give you the respect. And then it's funny because these are the moments that it fuels you to keep going harder
for sure.
to prove to them
you're gonna know who I am next time.
Exactly. But then it's like, why are people like that? You know?
Yeah.
It's just kindness goes such a long way, and respect.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't disrespect Babyface like that and do that to somebody, you know, obviously I love Chapel too, right?
Yeah,
but you got to show respect to every person.
For sure.
No matter what. And seeing that and having experienced that firsthand, that just pissed me the fuck off. I was like, you don't do that to anybody.
For sure. And like, I know a lot of people, especially in the media, the journalism spaces, are talking about it. And it's like those two people, those press reporters or whatever, like that, it's like they're the talk of the town right now, and not for a good, you know what I mean?
Not in a good way. But you know what? Sometimes you need these things to happen for people to actually change, because these, you know, artists are literally some of the most vulnerable people. We put our souls
for sure
and our hearts into the music to give to people to listen to and experience. And then you show up at music events and people don't even give you the respect to finish one question. Like, I just think that that's bullshit. And, obviously I don't want any like bad things to happen to these women or anything like that. But I think there's like the repercussions are that like things will change, you know, and people in the future, journalists and reporters on red carpets are going to at least give people the respect that is deserved.
For sure.
So yeah, it sucked, but I think it had to be seen because that happens all the time.
Damn. See,
all the time.
I see. And me being on that side that interviews people, like I've never heard this side from someone, you know, not that I've never done that shit. Like that's just disrespectful.
I've had people, and I get it. I've had people that says like, you'll be there with the publicist. I'll be like, oh, this is Thuy. Yada, yada. She just did blah, blah, blah. Do you want to interview? No.
Damn.
Yeah. It is the most humbling experience. But it drives you, right? I have been through so many of those situations where it's like literally you get the door closed in front of you and you just have to keep going.
Yeah.
Like it's humbling, but at the same time, it is sometimes, is it necessary? I don't know. I think it just like gives you a little thick skin. And
for sure. But I know you're going to be like, all right, well, you're going to remember that person. And the next time, you know, when you walk that red carpet and they're going to be like, oh my God, Thuy. You're like, you know, I remember.
Yeah.
And I hear stories too where people remember these people from the press. Yeah. They're like, oh, well, you shaded me last time. Like, I'm
Dude,
cool
I need to remember faces more. Yeah. I'm bad.
I'm telling you, because they're karma.
Have you watched Game of Thrones? Like Arya, she's like writing down the names. I should start writing down their names, like a booklet, and like read their names out every night. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not that crazy. Like it's all love. But at the end of the day, you know, people can change, but I think it's bullshit.
Yeah, no, for sure. And those people, like, karma's a bitch, man.
Yeah, karma is a fucking bitch. Which is why I understand why like Chapel like goes off on people on the red carpet, you know,
and like you know her acceptance speeches, like she makes sure she shows love to everyone.
Yes, that's important.
Yeah,
because a lot of artists are afraid to speak out and say how they really feel.
Yeah,
and I get it. It's hard, you know, when you're up against these executives that like have all these things to say and they have a lot of power.
Yep.
But I think if we all like band together, honestly,
that's what I'm saying. Like everyone's like who did she did the acceptance speech about like, you know, take care of us labels because you know
right, like we got
you, you guys got us or whatever. Like that's important. Like man, because sometimes these labels treat you like a number on the roster type.
The amount of times that I have heard from friends who are signed to labels that they hate their label.
See, wow.
And where I'm at right now is like I might want to no, but I would be open to it now. I wasn't open to it before because I felt like I had a lot more to do as an independent artist, but I don't know. I'm open to a partnership and and seeing.
But it's like you're a lot smarter now. It's not like
you know totally. What I mean?
And
I'm not a little kid that's like if I get signed, I'm famous. Like that's when the work starts. You gotta like when you get signed, you got to be willing to put in more work than you've ever had before because now you have all these people that have invested in you.
Right.
And there's a lot of pressure.
For sure. And man, like you could do this whole, you know, look at Nipsey Hussle, like everything independent. Mm-hmm. And you're, you know, let's say yesterday's prices and today's price, like your stock is going up by every year. You keep getting bigger and bigger. And like, I'm sure the labels are knocking on your door.
Some of them, You know,
you can, yeah. We'll talk about that.
See, we'll see.
We'll talk about it off air.
Yeah.
But we're gonna take a quick break. We'll listen to some more classic songs. I want to see if you remember some of these records, and then man, and then we'll come back and catch up. I want to ask like some other questions that no one's asked you before.
Hell yeah, let's do it.
I feel like here at On Air with Aaron, you don't get the normal nah. We go.
Oh, the juicy.
We're gonna tap
the juicy cues.
You know what I'm saying?
I might not answer. I don't know.
We'll see. We got Thuy in the building. Make sure you guys just keep it locked right here, man. It's On Air with Aaron right here on HB Radio, Las Vegas's #1 hip hop internet station.